Last week I took a little trip down to Nova Scotia, out to Cape Breton, to try the Thistle Enduro. We're lined up and getting ready to go. Any second now. Here it goes. Whoa, Ewan cuts my power. He's trying to steal the whole shot. No, we're just messing around on the line. They split the intermediate class, so I had to back up. And that's Ewan in front of me. He's going to get off the line really well here, and he's going to take second overall in the race. So this is a pretty interesting start. You got this double log to get over, and then just down the field is another log with a good kick on it. If you try and go over it too quick, you're getting flipped over the bars. Anyway, we're going to go here. We're lined up, and we're ready to go hot. Not a bad start at all. Taking the fourth going into the woods here and quickly fall behind, way beyond fourth. I am outgunned in this class. In Nova Scotia they have 2 intermediate classes. I should have been in intermediate B for sure, if not below for this course, because this course just trashed me. Yeah, there's quite a few tight sections in here where you're clipping the trees, and I certainly add my contribution to a lot of trees. Bit of everything on this race. It was a bit more enduro, I won't say hard enduro, but a bit more enduro than hare scramble. Some tight wood sections, some big hill climbs, some obstacles, and some of this open section, but it was pretty whooped out, so it's hard to get any pace, and you're always hitting roots. Just killing it over these logs. No problems for me. Okay, I'm not killing it over the logs. This just, I don't know what happened here. I don't know. This log just dropped out of the sky and stopped me in my tracks. But you know what? I'm going to redeem myself here in just a couple of seconds. Right, so not so much a redemption. Throw my bike at this guy, I don't know who it is, one of the track guys, gives me a little word of encouragement, and I ride away in shame. Redemption for me, no chicken line. Here I go, and no, I'm not getting to neutral. Lots of little rough sections like this that made me slow down. GoPro doesn't really show how rough it is, but if I pulled out a stack of Bibles, anyone that rode this race would also swear to how tough this trail is, and that's why it was a hard race. This little liaison section is right after the checkpoint, and I was pretty excited thinking I'd put in a lap, and learned pretty quickly that no, I'd put in a half lap. The way this track was organized is we went off the start over the 2 logs, through half the track, across the checkpoint, and now we're going into the other half, and hereafter we will complete full laps. And it gets a lot harder on this side. So I'm still whining and wincing about my tires and my lack of grip and my inability to get around trees. I am running tubes, and I did add a bit of air pressure to my front tire because there's a lot of things to smack off and pinch flat. But I have ordered mousse, and I am going back to a mousse system which I've used in my other bike, in my Israel videos, which I loved because even all my bad line choices, it doesn't matter, you can run into stuff and keep moving.
This is the easy shit.
So the video is what, 8 minutes in, but this is in actuality about 40 minutes into riding, and I'm starting to get a little bit tired because I've been making a lot of mistakes just like this one, and I spent a lot of time messing around on these logs trying to bully my way over, when I just to the left there's a much easier line which I take in the future. Yeah, that's the better line. For me, I don't know, I'm just stupid and I just keep smashing away at this spot, thinking something's going to be different, like I'm going to find magical traction or something. Little pause here to read the sign, and it says chicken line to the right, so where am I going? Yep, to the right. I'm going to put those logs behind me, the rock and all the other stuff, the mistakes I made, and try and make better decisions. So this was the chicken line, which makes me think I made a good choice because this was fairly challenging to get up and around. The other obstacle must have been very challenging, and from what I'm told, it's a big flat face rock that goes up about 8 feet, and it's a psychological test as much as a skills test, with consequences of falling off the side being kind of ugly. But hey, look at this, I do all right. Bit of an ugly downhill, which is a precursor to an ugly uphill. Yeah, it's just not easy. Must be the intermission in the movie where you go get coffee. Let's get going here. Okay, to be truthful here, I've cut about 5 minutes of video out on my first try where I got stuck on the hill, and I'm back down and waiting my turn. So this guy goes and I wave on the next guy who's not interested, so it's back to me. Call that success. I made it to the top, and I didn't have to carry the bike on my shoulders, but I've burned a lot of energy so far in this race. We're probably an hour in at this point, and I am starting to run out of gas, figuratively. The bike has lots of gas because I haven't gone very far at all. We weed our way through the trees for a little bit, and we come into this rock garden. Now there's a guy that just went by me on my left, and he looked like he found a good path, and he did a little pivot turn at the end, which I clearly missed, and I am going to burn a lot of energy in here. This is kind of like the log crossing where I sat there for a couple minutes. I'll do the same here. So I'm not alone. This is a bit of chaos in here. But this race was about not making mistakes, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I pay for it with long times to get a lap in, and the biggest mistake is at an hour 52. Watch for it. So I cut several minutes out of that because no one wants to sit there and watch me spin and go nowhere. I managed to get the front of the bike lifted around and my back up against the tree and push off of that to get free, but I've burned 4 minutes and 1,000 calories. I don't know, I'm making that number up. I burned a lot of energy here. Coming out of that rock pile that I was stuck in for so long was a bit of an open section where I should have made up time, but I was going slow until I could get my breath back and feel my hands again. And now it's back into the woods, and things are going swimmingly.
Shit.
Yeah, this is where I realized my leg's pinned under the bike and I can't lift the bike while I'm sitting on the bike, so I gotta do a little gymnastics here. No problem, I'm flexible. In my last video in the race in Penobscot, I came across some spectators, cracked the throttle to give them a bit of a show, and almost ended up in a beaver pond. And I don't do that here because I have no energy. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, folks. Pretty soon my travels bring me to this little gem. There is maybe one or two good lines. This isn't one of them. But that's okay. Somewhere in there I found the magic traction and I'm still moving. A little bit more of a downhill. I first see this bike coming at me. I think I'm going the wrong way on the track, but he's just getting turned around because there's a big hill to go up.
Oh.
Not sure who this is. We've been trading places back and forth for most of the race. I think he's having bike problems because he is way faster than me and keeps ripping past me, only to be stopped somewhere again down the trail. I'm going to get a little help here, and I'm happy for it because I didn't want to sit there and spin on that route forever.
Go ahead.
This is a pretty steep downhill here. There's a good line, I think, up to the left, but I don't see it until later on. So it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm going to pick a bad line as per, and I'm going to struggle and burn some energy as per. Okay, so I apologize for all the porn noises without any of the show. It is what it is. I'm gasping for air. Alright, finish up with rock, paper, scissors to see who's going to go first on this hill, and it's me. Just joking. But it is me, and I'm going to go. This is becoming kind of reminiscent of a ride I did in Israel where my friend Teddy drugged me up the side of a mountain on a hard enduro, and I persevered and survived, and I'm hoping that's what's going to happen here, that I survive as well.
Oh, fuck!
Alright, that clears us through most of the far side, the technical hill climbs and rooted out sections. We're going to cross over back into the first half of the course here shortly. And like I said, I've made a lot of mistakes and I've burned a lot of energy. And I'm going to make a really big mistake here shortly. Oh yeah, remember this bridge from the very start? Yeah, it doesn't go so well this time. I don't know what I was doing, just daydreamed and fell off.
I was done my first trip. I was tired.
This young fella comes over to give me a hand and give me some words of encouragement. And I should have just let him ride the bike. It would have been better, better for both of us probably.
It's probably not that fast, but I don't think I'll get back up here. Thank you. Ugh.
This is where I get the mark of shame, throw a little bit of mud on my back to demonstrate that I cannot drive on a wide plank bridge. I talked about the really bad mistake I made, and it's coming up right here. The bad mistake is that this is a 2-hour race, and if you cross the checkpoint with time on the clock, you have to do another lap. And I crossed the checkpoint. It was 1 hour, 52 minutes.